Kids,
Sorry.
let me just tell you in advance. No, look, watch this at night with our kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're nurses. Sometimes you go too overboard. But
Yeah.
anyway. I wouldn't also watch porn with my husband, but I would explore.
Okay, let's talk about it. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Today I have this lovely lady. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Claire. I'm a registered nurse.
Awesome.
in Australia.
Okay.
I guess, and I'm Carl's friend. Amongst
Awesome.
other things. Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Anyway.
Okay, thank you very much for coming on my channel. So today guys, we're gonna talk about sex in marriage or sex in general. Let me just say sex in general because Claire, she's not married.
Yes.
And I am not married. Currently I'm not married.
Yeah.
But I know more about marriage. So I did get a phone call from a married person asking me, actually appreciate my video that I released a few weeks ago about sex, marriage and self-exploration. And he said that was a great idea that an African woman is, you know, out there, outspoken about the topic. And you know what, it's not a bad idea for this topic to be explored, because people need to know. And there are some problems in marriages. Maybe some people might not have this problem, some people might. And you know, when other people from my previous video again, they were saying like, you know what, you know, when people are married, people can explore sex together and, you know, learn from each other. But in this case, it's not about exploring with the other person or learning with the other person. In this case, the case was the other partner, you know, wanted to explore more in that department, but the woman was not wanting to explore more in that department. And the guy was like, oh, I went in, she was a virgin. Okay. And now that I want to explore more in that area, she's not comfortable of exploring more in that area. I need help because I need to try new stuff that is out there with my wife. I even, you know what, bought a porn video. He bought a porn video for them to watch together. Yeah. But she turned around and said, what the hell is happening here? Why are you bringing this into our marriage? We were just okay. She doesn't want to explore
at all.
She is just comfortable the way they were, but a man wants to explore more. Okay.
Is my question, what do I think? Like, because I can't give my advice as a married person.
Let's just say in any relationship, not married, let's say you are in a relationship with someone that you're comfortable of going to that step with someone, but you don't want to explore, you just want to be comfortable in that little thing or comfortable with what you know.
So first and foremost, I think it's good that this gentleman has brought this, what he feels to the table. Yes. I feel like it's good that he's expressed himself and said, look, this is not what I'm happy with. And I'd like to explore it. As opposed to going out there and then, you know, sleeping with other people and then contracting something and bring it back. Okay. Now, as a woman, I don't know much about marriage, but I would advise it's actually good to look into different things that there are nowadays. Maybe not necessarily porn, but then just look at more of meeting the person halfway. But
the person wants you to watch with him so he doesn't come out as, you know, what are you doing? He doesn't want to freak the woman out.
All right, because she was a virgin.
Yes, so he wants the woman to watch. So when it's time for them to explore, at least she has an idea of what is coming.
You know what? What does it hurt? Does it hurt actually watching? Has she tried it before and then she doesn't
want
like
to get outside her comfort zone.
I think it's worth looking into it, honestly. Like, I think I'd just watch it and see. And then maybe if you don't like it, I mean, maybe she didn't like it, then you can be like, okay, this is not working for me. I've tried it. Thank you very much. It's not going to work for me. Probably then the guy maybe suggest something else. But being very, look, I don't know how it works in marriage, but if I have someone and he's, you know, willing to try that out, I would watch it, but then also knowing that, look, I mean, I feel a certain way about porn. Like, I just don't, it's not my thing, it's not my go-to. It's just very, that kind of, but then at the end of the day, there's other things, I guess, you can try.
I think we should use the word adult movie than porn. It sounds so creepy. Yeah. I've already said it anyways.
Sorry.
Anyways, for me, I feel like, you know, when you go in there as innocent, which is good, you go in there as innocent. When somebody comes up with that idea, you have to at least meet him halfway. Then, you know what? Declining altogether.
I just got an idea.
Okay.
You know how I'm Kenyan and in the coast, and I think you guys have it, maybe, but there's this aunts who like they teach
it's in the coasts, not every tribe. Yes,
not every tribe. No. But I think it's actually something worth getting into, like, you know.
But they only teach the lady what you need to do. Yes. Okay. The guy is not there. But in this case, the guy wants, maybe he wants something different. That's why he's bringing the tape for them to watch.
Okay, this gets very personal then.
It is personal, but I think it's an issue that is out there.
Yeah.
And us as women, we kind of like feel like, okay, why? And you might even think that your partner is seeing someone else outside. Yeah. That's why he's coming up with that. But if someone is comfortable to come to you and tell you, this is how I feel, this is what I think we should be trying, as women, we need to, you know, listen and give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not seeing someone outside, and meet them halfway. Because if you're not doing that, he's gonna detach from you.
And I feel like it just goes down to something like, I feel we don't do as, not all Africans, but most of us, we don't talk about sex, and it's like and you know, stuff that you don't talk about, you know. And then there's so much that is happening in the world, and then you get married, and then you find something totally different. And it's kind of unfair, I have to say, that guys actually explore and no one bothers with the guys or the boys, but then us girls are supposed to be, you know, pure, and you're supposed to be,
double standards?
You're not supposed to hear anything, and then, you know, you go into this world of marriage and all these things, and you don't even know what to expect, and then boom, there's adult movies, and then there's all these other things that creep in, and you can't take it in, and then you're, you know, disturbed. But I think it's really good as African young ladies to talk about these things.
It's good for us to talk about it, but some people don't feel like comfortable talking about it, especially for those who are saving themselves till marriage. I feel like you need to be sat down by wise women, and, you know, they teach you what to do or what you can expect into your marriage. So that is that. Another topic is, this just came into my mind. So for example, a girl was active before getting married. She was active, she knows what sex is all about, and then down the track she become a Christian. Mother Teresa was about to say, God forgive me.
This girl.
She become a humble Christian. She is celibate. She met someone in church, and they decide to wait until marriage. So let's say after their wedding, the first night of the wedding, the guy's very excited. He's, you know, hoping tonight is gonna be a night. I'm willing, you know, I am ready. That is just the truth. And then that guy, you know, he does his thing, and, you know, he just lasts for 1 minute, and then he's done. You will think like, oh, he was very excited, and, you know, that's why he lasted for 1 minute. A week in, 1 minute and a half, 1 month in, 2 minutes. You as a woman, you know what sex is all about. You didn't go in there as virgin. You know what sex is all about. You know that a man needs to satisfy you sexually. What are you gonna do?
Oh my goodness. Carol.
Hey!
Wait a minute. Carol. First and foremost, when you're marrying this guy, are you marrying him because of the sex? Are you marrying him, like, are you in it because, like, literally, if you're going to be celibate, of course, at some point, you're going to think, you know, you're going to take into account he might be good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, meaning, you're going to get married to him, and then he's not as good in bed. Does that mean that now you're going to look at things differently? What about teaching him?
It's not about teaching him. It's about... Okay. So if you're saying there's medication, this is a guy who is 32, maximum 32. Okay, maximum 35. Viagra at 35. When is 40, 50?
You just have to do it. You do what you have to do. When you're celibate and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to get married, there's a 50-50 chance he might be good, he might be bad. Okay? And then you think, okay, fine, he's probably going to be bad and we're here. What next? Viagra it is. And then with time, you'll kind of learn other things. You know, I'm not a sex therapist, but, you know, like you're a nurse, you know, things that, you know, like you kind of use and do. That you give your patients advice and you're like, no, you know what, there's other things. I honestly feel like...
yes, I do give my patients those advice, yes. You know, you can do this, you can do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to us Africans, Claire, I'm talking in the... I am focusing on Africans people. Us Africans. Are you going to tell me, go to your husband, it's like, okay, this is the problem. Can we use toys? How is he gonna take it? If he disagree, are you gonna tell your mother? Are you gonna tell your father or your pastor this is what is happening? It's abomination. You're embarrassing your husband.
We need help.
What are you gonna do?
We do need help. Because most of the time, I'm pretty sure the guy will not even admit that he has an issue.
Yes, because that is gonna crush their ego.
And then you go to your aunt or someone back then, they tell you, you know what? Be a woman.
I know you can't disclose your bedroom stuff to anyone. You can't.
We do need to talk about all of this.
You can't disclose your bedroom issue to anyone because you're embarrassing your husband. You're crushing his ego.
My aunt they're sex therapists.
What are they going to do?
They're going to talk to both of you. Obviously, these people have enough education too. They've seen different, you know, like this psychologist called Esther Perel or something.
Yes.
On YouTube. And she has like... podcast, sorry.
Yes.
And she has like different sessions and stuff. I'm pretty sure they can be able to tackle and talk to you, knowing that you probably your hubby or your man is not going to admit to certain problems.
Yes.
But yeah, Carol's right. Like, we do need to take into account all of these things.
You need to take... You do, because marriage is tough. And I always say, marriage is tough, and sometimes sex is the only thing that can bring people together again after a big argument.
Yeah.
That's why sex is important. Sex connects people. When you're doing it with the right person, you connect, and it's amazing.
I go back to, we really need to talk. Moms need to talk about sex with their daughters or aunts.
Yes.
Literally. Because even for us, to a certain extent, there's no way, even till now, I can't go talk to mom about sex. But then there's always that one aunt of yours who will come and tell you, listen.
Mom, when my mom watched, hey,
mom will be like,
I am done.
Until you get a child,
These
is when they're like,
don't show this to my mother.
They're like, oh, this is what you do. And then, I can say, that was the difference between, I guess, being home and then coming here and studying nursing here, where you're not told, oh, you know what, there's sex education, you have to give your patients, if you see someone is a certain way, you need to sit down and give them the different opinions and not even have an opinion, right? But I feel like it's so important for us, and there's that one aunt who will talk to you and tell you, as realistic as it is, they tell you it's ugly, it's this, it's disgusting, this is what you're gonna, it's sweet, it's amazing. week and you're gonna be that one aunt.
I will be that
So bring
aunt
my
because
daughters
I
to
don't
you.
want any of my girls in my family to struggle.
True.
Because I believe sex is important. Sex needs to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Especially if it's with your husband. You need to know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
If you're in that situation, marriage is for better and better for worse. This one is worse. So.
And more importantly, and this is, we come as not even being opinion in any way. We don't have being judgmental.
I'm not judgmental
But
at all.
if you decide to actually be sexually active before marriage, you need to talk to your kids. Because I feel like we grew up in that whole don't have sex before marriage. And fair enough, which is a good thing. But then you're not given that option. And then you kind of explore, and you'd see so many young people getting into situations where they get STDs, STIs and all this stuff just because you don't know what to do before. And then now I know there's we have VCT at home and stuff that teach you to use condoms and all that stuff. But then you'll also meet guys who will tell you different things like that, try, experiment and stuff like that.
So for me, I feel like for those who have explored, not what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
For those who haven't, if they find themselves in this situation, then they will need outside help.
Yeah.
Because being sex deprived can kill you. I'm not saying that, no, not kill you to the max. I'm just saying it can frustrate you. It can break your home. It can break your relationship.
Yeah.
The relationship that you have with your husband. It can detach you from that emotional feelings that you need to have towards your husband.
Especially
because you see that he can't satisfy you enough.
It's good to actually know what you're getting yourself into. And I know, I'll just speak for most Kenyan girls, right? I know that now girls are getting more confident, knowing what to do with their bodies and, with all that. But then there's still a huge gap between knowing what precautions and different forms of contraception and all these different things that are there. Yeah, which is another whole topic altogether.
Which is good, as I said, for those who are saving themselves. It is good because some people are saying when you save yourself, that shows self-discipline. That shows to your man that you're gonna be he won't worry about infidelity because you've saved yourself to that level.
Yeah.
Other people were saying that. The other issue that actually somebody told me, you know what, Claire, me putting that video out, I have gained a lot of knowledge about what is out there in a short period of time.
Oh, nice.
Somebody was saying there's this thing, a girl was saving herself for a marriage.
Yeah.
At 2018, she was getting those urges. When you're in that age, your body is on fire. But she was trying to, stay grounded, didn't want to have sex. She got married at her 20s, 28, and she was still a virgin. And when she got married, the first night the husband wanted sex. She said I'm tired after the wedding. I'm really tired. I just want to rest. Yeah. After that, after a week, she gave in. And after giving in, she didn't find any satisfaction whatsoever.
Wow.
After that, she felt like the husband was just bothering her. Wow. She's like, what are you doing to my body? I don't like this, because the body is not used to it. Wow. At 28, she stayed grounded until that day, to the point that now her libido has gone down. They went and see a psychologist.
Okay, good for them.
The libido went down.
Yeah.
And the only way to bring it up is her to be sexual active with the husband, which is excruciating to her.
Yeah, because let's not go to the nursing depth of things for people watching YouTube and the young ones. But I feel like that's more of a psychological.
It is a psychological thing
going on.
Yes.
Maybe something happened when she was young or too. And maybe also, because I've heard this before, that she's probably associating sex with something negative.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, happens. I've seen that before.
Because for me, in my mind, it's like she has never been there.
Yeah.
So how is she associating negativity with that act?
But you know how we've grown up, you know, to a large extent being told sex is bad.
Oh yeah.
And then it could probably play in your psyche so deep that you just, you know, when it comes to actually getting to do it, well, according to the information I've had, honestly, there are people who actually associate that to the negative. And it takes a couple of might not work therapy sessions that they'd be able to understand what, you know how there's a subconscious and conscious, like what is playing and what's making them like and detach from it. Especially for someone who's not tried it before. It's different for someone who's been raped or like, you know, rather, sorry, sexually abused, my bad. And
use the proper terms.
Sorry. But yeah, it's good though that she's, because with that obviously there's all these issues that will come because, you know, if you're not enjoying it and then you dry out. Okay, I really feel like there's like a line.
I know, but it is true. You can't I can't even put it in a more formal way.
And then it just becomes this like creating more and more problems, you know. Then you have the anatomy and all that stuff, and
guys, we can't use proper words.
Sorry. Just send her messages and ask more detailed questions and we get detailed answers.
Things, for those who have tried before, you know how, you know, psychologically things can affect the whole process.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready mentally, even yourself, you won't be ready, and you feel like the other person is just bothering you. That's what normally happens.
Yeah.
Look, this society has opened up our eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a little, much.
A lot.
And I don't think it's in a negative way. Some people might look at it as in a negative way, but for me, I don't.
Where's our customs? Where's like our
traditions?
And you know, you guys, you've gone abroad and you're taking in too much of the Western society. We're not. We're still African. We still value that respect and all that stuff. But then again, the world and social media and all these things that are coming in.
Your husband is checking social media. Maybe you guys got yourself like he found you on, you know, on Instagram. He DM'd you.
Yeah.
How many boobs and behind has he seen?
Yeah. And
then he was still holy. Jesus, have mercy.
Like you have to be honestly, from our point of view, you have to be realistic and just understand that, especially if you have a daughter. Oh my goodness, have girl talk. Oh my gosh, there's so much out there that you do need to talk to your daughter to be ready about, so that when she's encountered, she'd be like, let me go talk to mom about this.
Yes.
As opposed to, don't talk about sex. Don't, you know, talk about anything like that. It's not allowed. Dating is not even in the picture. She'll meet all this oh my goodness. And those men, guys nowadays are exposed to everything.
Wolves.
Everything. So you do want to talk to your daughter so that she can actually know and trust you and feel confident to come to you for advice.
I like the Tanzania culture. They normally sit down their girls and have a good chat. They have classes for that department.
Yeah.
And I feel like every culture or mothers should have that knowledge. Our mothers do have the knowledge, but they don't feel comfortable of sitting us down and tell us this is what it is down the track. If you want to get married, expect this. And you know, this is what you need to do.
And it also boosts in like confidence, self-image. You know, because I know to a certain extent my mom would sit me down and say, this is how girls' body forms, this is how boys' body forms, and this is how it is. But then it would kind of end there. When it comes to sex, it's like, okay, we're done talking.
They don't even talk about wet dreams.
You learn about it in science.
I know. What is wet dreams? Who knows?
And then you go to nursing school. Oh my goodness. And then you see all these things. Oh my goodness.
You will open everything up. You will know where the vein is. You will know which area is which.
And on top of all that, you're taking it in. And then now you even have to know, men, talk to your girls.
Talk to our girls, people. So anyways, guys, we're gonna conclude this topic here. Thank you very much for watching. If you want me to tackle any topics, you can comment down below, DM me, message me privately. If you don't want to be, if you want to be anonymous,
And she'll keep it confidential.
I will, because I didn't mention anyone's name.
Yeah. Can I just say before I close?
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I feel like you need to talk about. Honestly, and research on, and just say it out there is, and it might really go against some people, and they'll come and say, no, put that down, kind of thing. But just basically talk about options, contraception.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm up for that. I do believe, you see, I have my boy who is 5. I still don't have any babies. I had my
yeah.
I do believe in it.
Yeah. And hygiene.
And oh, girl, hygiene.
Ladies,
oh God,
ladies.
I don't understand when a woman go to bed and sleep and wake up and go to work or school without having a shower. A married woman. Hey, now
the things you've seen.
Hospital. People, clean yourselves. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video, and hopefully you will be seeing this lovely lady again on my channel. Bye for now.
Bye.